African Queen family. How are you doing? African Queen Mo on the go, Maureen's channel. How are you doing? Oh, so nice to see you again. It's always lovely to chat with you guys. Thank you so much for supporting my videos. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for giving a thumbs up to this video. Please remember to give a thumbs up to this video. I'm pretty poor at marketing myself, so you guys have to market for me, okay? But anyway, for those of you who do not know me, my name is Maureen Wangati Nyagbo, and I'm a Kenyan living in Cardiff. And as much as I say I'm a Kenyan, I'm actually British born. I was born here in the UK, so I feel like the world is my home. Are any of you guys dual citizens? Do you guys have mixed ancestries? Do any of you guys have parents from different tribes, different clans, different countries? You know how that feels, you know? You kind of find it difficult to like feel like you belong to one specific group or the other. They want to box you in, but it's not that easy, is it? Yeah? So anyway, I live in Cardiff and I do a lot of videos, basically do random videos. That's basically it. Yeah. But at the moment, just the other day, I did a reveal of the business that I'm doing that I decided to get into. And the main reason is because I am one of the over 50s. It means that it's been quite difficult to get work. It's not very easy to find jobs. And the reason why I decided to start a business really is because the types of jobs that I saw out there were just not stimulating. They were not exciting. The pay was pretty pathetic. And I wasn't really excited. I couldn't see myself like waking up in the morning to go and do a customer service job sitting at a till all day. It's just not me. I need to move around. And at the same time, I've been working a lot. I don't know whether you guys have been feeling this. When you've been in a job which is sedentary for a very long time, after some time, your body tells you that, hey, it's time to get up and move. And they tell us the older that you get, the more you need to move. Otherwise, things like arthritis start to set in, things like weight gain start to get in, and lack of flexibility of your body, and also your mind. You know, because what happens is that you tend to not engage with other people. So the risks of isolation, apart from mental health, are that physically it's really bad for your body. So I'd suggest that anybody who has a sedentary job where you're sitting at your desk all day, look for something to do, you know, look for somewhere to go, look for some physical exercise, or have a hobby, something else that makes your body move by force, you know, like gardening, not just walking, something that is productive, that will make you see results. So for example, if you get into gardening, you start to see plants growing, or if you decide to, you know, go and volunteer somewhere, you see that you're transforming a life. A mother, stepmom of two and a mother of one. I guess I'm a mother for all of them, isn't it? Yeah. It's really difficult to know what role I am in, because these children of my husband, you know, they call me auntie. They don't call me mom. And I'm not forcing them to call me mom, because I myself also need time to transition, guys. You know, being a step parent, it's not that easy. No matter how much you love children, or they love you, it's difficult for them, you know, to transition. They don't even know what to call you, and you also don't know what to call them. You know that they are children, and you know that you're a family. Should I say that you're a guardian? You know that you're a guardian to these children. You know you love them, but they're so different from you, and there are many, 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 many challenges to step parenting that people don't tell you about. And if you're not careful, you can actually check out of step parenting, because it's that difficult. It's that challenging. It's that difficult. But I just say to myself, well, if life was so easy, then maybe it wouldn't be so much fun, you know? Some of these challenges are also the things that make life kind of interesting and give you a reason to wake up and think, yeah, what can I do? What can I improve? What can I do different? What should I do? But what I've decided is just to accept that this is a situation and it's not going to change. Yeah, forever. There'll always be stepchildren, and I will always be the step parent, or I'll be auntie. And that's fine. And being auntie is just as good. Being an auntie actually kind of like absolves you of responsibility for parenting, especially when it comes to discipline, which is the most tricky part. This video is not about parenting or disciplining step kids. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, you know, like I told you, I do random videos. Today, I decided to talk to you about something quite interesting. There's a friend of mine who called me, and after watching that reveal video, she said, do you know, Mo, there's a lot of people who would probably benefit from you talking to them about how you even conceptualize starting a business. What do you think, guys? Yeah. How do you even conceptualize starting a business? Because there are people who are born into this world, according to her, who believe that they are here, they went to school or they did a trade so that they could be employed. And so they're out there looking for jobs. They're looking to be employed, not to be self-employed. And I said, well, that's a good thing if you can be employed, because actually, businesses need people to employ. So we need to work with those people who are looking for jobs. So that's just as good. But she says, you see, when that doesn't work out, or when maybe you transition, maybe because you're older, now you're going into retirement, maybe you have no idea how to start a business. And you're like, now where do I start? Literally. And I just said, well, for me, really, I think, I don't know whether I could say that it's second nature, but I just feel more comfortable. Whenever I have a full-time job, I feel so strange. I feel like I'm being locked. I feel like I'm being imprisoned somehow. Like I'm not able to really explore the full potential that I have. I don't know whether you guys experience this, where you feel ideas are coming into your mind and for things that you could be doing with your time at that particular time. And then when you look around and you see this desk and chair holding you down and the pay slip, you just feel kind of like imprisoned, because maybe you have responsibilities and you feel like you cannot really do what you really want to do. And then at the same time, you also have like self-esteem issues. Maybe you have self-doubts. Maybe you have doubts whether the business venture that you think about could work. Maybe you have a great interest in, a specific area and you're thinking about exploring it or trying that business out. But when you see the stories of other people and their journeys in business, you get afraid. When you see all the reports of businesses shutting down, when you see shops that have shut down in your area, you feel afraid to even think of starting a business. I would say, well, yeah, we all experience that in business as business people. But to me, I see that as a challenge. I see that as an opportunity, actually, to try something new. And I think many people who are in business, it's not that they have any special skill or any special thing about them. I think the idea is that you have such a passion and you can see a need. Maybe you can see where opportunities lie, for you to do something with your life. Yeah. Now, let me just get off topic a little bit and talk about experiences that affect you. The kind of fears that you have. You grow up in a country, for example, where you grow up fearing the police, or you fear the police because you know that they're never fair. And so you see a police car behind you and immediately the first thing you think of, what have I done wrong? But these are the kinds of fears when you come abroad, for example, you start to have these fears of the police immediately. And the police don't understand, that you actually have these fears. But okay, so now going back to starting a business, guys. Yes, it's about addressing your fears, addressing your insecurities. And also that should not override the idea of just starting a business. A lot of people feel like to start a business, you have to have all your ducks in a row. You have to have that premises. You have to pay rent for that place, that space. You have to pay for this service. Actually, to be very honest, I don't really think you need anything to start a business except an idea, determination, and a will to start, and a will to fail. A will. You have to be willing to succeed as much as you're willing to fail. Did I say that right, guys? To start a business, you have to be willing to fail as much as you're willing to succeed. Yeah? What that means is that if you fail in that business, if it doesn't work out, you're not going to beat yourself up to the point where you lose your self-esteem, you lose your mental health, you feel emotionally completely distraught, and it basically completely destroys you. No. You need to feel that even if I don't manage this business well, even if this business does not work out for me, I want to feel like I can give myself a pat on the back and say, at least I tried. I tried, but I failed. And I learned something new that will propel me to do the next business venture better. And I think that's it. If you do not have to have that fear of failure. You have to look at failure as a friend. Failure is something that tells you, hey, you know what? You did something, you had a good idea maybe, or you had a bad idea, okay? And the reason it failed is because of 1, 2, 3. So next time, correct these issues and most likely things will get better. So there are many businesses, like most business people have started businesses before and even failed. Yeah. And even the most successful business people have failed in business before, but that does not discourage them from doing business. When you look at the potential for success, that is what drives you. Financial success may be making the money, not just breaking even, but even making a profit and having that business even sustain you, perhaps even into your old age. Yeah, as passive income and creating opportunities for other people. There should be many things that drive us to do business. Like for me, I've always said to myself that I would like to create opportunities for others. It's always been in my blood. That is in my blood. And when I see people suffering, when I see people of my age group or of my type suffering abroad without jobs, it kind of propels me to act, to do something, to go beyond my comfort zone and say, what can I do to create that will create employment, not just for me, but for them. And in creating employment for them, I also create opportunities for engagement because I am a very communal person. I like to be with other people. I don't like to be isolated alone. I like to chat with other people, and I like to engage. I like to interact. And I tell you, with the people that I'm working with now, I'm doing exactly that. So I thank God. And the other thing is that I believe that we all have specific skill areas. Your strengths and my strengths are different, and your weaknesses and my weaknesses are different. When we come together, our strengths double. Yeah, we can find a way to address our weaknesses. Yeah, and to substitute them with our strengths. So I think for those of you who are thinking about getting into business, the fear of failure is probably what has been keeping you from starting the business. The way to start a business is to start it very, very tiny with a very small amount of money and resources. So maybe I'll start from my home. If you have a car, you can start with your car. If you don't have a car, yeah, you can start on foot. Yeah, you can start with your bus. You can start by carrying something on your shoulder. You can start with something online. You can rent like a space in a shop. You can rent, for example, over here, if you want to send things to people, you need to find out which are the courier services. How much is the post office compared to this courier service, for example? The post office is your friend. It can help you with marketing. Yeah, especially when you're in Europe and abroad. Apart from work in the health sector, you can also do business when you come out to these countries. And do not look down on people who have businesses. One of the big mistakes that we make when we come to these countries is to use the same lens of evaluation, okay, that we use when we are in our home countries, like in Africa. So, for example, those people in what we call blue collar work, those people who are kandaya moko, hands on, people who work with their hands, in this country, they make a lot of money. Okay. I was just telling somebody about people who, for example, have businesses where they are cleaning ovens. There are people who actually are oven cleaners. The oven that you use, the cooker that you use, that cooker that you use to make your ugali and skumwiki, that cooker that you use to make your desserts from. There are people making a living out of just cleaning it. Just cleaning it. They have perfected the art of cleaning that oven. All right? And there are people who cannot live their life without a clean oven, believe it or not. Yeah? So they have made an income out of it and a lifestyle out of it, and they are busy. They're cleaning 10 to 12 ovens a day. Yeah, or more. Yeah. And each oven costs a lot of money to clean. And they're able to sustain themselves. At the end of the day, when you make that money and it's in your pocket, that money doesn't say this money came from this profession, this money came from this profession. No. Okay? Money is money. Money is money. It doesn't matter where it comes from. Okay? What matters though is that whatever you're doing should be legal. It should be a legal thing. It should be something also that makes you happy. So I would say, for those of you who are thinking of getting into business, please don't be discouraged by failure, by the potential for failure, because the potential for success is also there. Okay? So I think that's all I have to say to you today. I'm not going to make it very long. What do you think? What do you think about this? I'd love to hear your views about starting a business. And over here, there are resources for starting businesses in the UK. A lot of them. And I think that we should explore them. Next time, probably I'll explore with you the types of resources that there are for starting businesses. Because one of the biggest problems of starting business is capital. Some businesses are very capital intensive. Most businesses end up, especially if you want to scale them up, if you get high demand, they will become capital intensive. And one of the greatest costs for businesses in these countries, especially here in Europe or in the UK, is the cost of labor. Labor is very expensive. People have rights. You have to pay people minimum wage. And the minimum wage, and then on top of that, when you're trying to charge people in an economy that is not very strong, you can't charge them very high above minimum wage, because many people are also earning minimum wage, and yet they need your services. So it's a tricky thing about how to price your services and how many people to get to work for you. And I'm actually struggling there. That's where I am right now. I'm struggling in terms of trying to figure out the number of hours I should actually engage somebody for a job that I have, and how much to actually charge people. Because people are very, in this country, I've learned something very interesting. In this country, you might think, let's keep going, because I was actually going to the shops to get something. In this country, we're always moving around. So guys, let me keep going. Yeah. So, a person may look like they don't have the money. Yeah. People don't wear money on their faces in this country as much as they do like countries like Kenya and places like that, and in Africa and in other countries, yeah, where as soon as you get a little bit of money, you're kind of showing off. In these countries here, some people have the money, but they don't show you. They don't show it on their faces. They don't even show it in what they have. The little tiny car they're driving, you'll just be laughing there. You're driving a big car, they're driving a tiny car, old car, or even a new one, but it's tiny. It's not something that you would even be interested in driving. But yeah, they're driving it. But if you ask them about what they're worth, you'll be surprised. You'll be really surprised. So I've learned one thing. Do not assume anyone here. Do not assume anyone. Yes. Do not assume that the person who's driving a nice big car or living in a nice big house is rich. You might be very surprised that the person who is completely opposite, living in a small house, driving a small car, is mega rich. Yeah? And the person with all those big things is just flaunting. Really doesn't have it. Yeah, doesn't have it together. Maybe everything is on loan. And by the way, that happens a lot in Africa too. People are flaunting maisha, but really everything is on loan. Okay, yeah, so I'm at a junction, guys. You know me, I'm very careful with driving. I don't play around. So what do you think, guys? Would you like to start businesses? If you go abroad, if you have a chance and you want to go abroad, starting a business is a viable option, a real viable option, and you should think about it. And like I said, start small. Yeah. Okay. By the way, there's one of the YouTubers who did a shopping reveal, and I thought it was very helpful for me, because I saw when Betty AZ did a shopping reveal for Arizona shopping, I was really shocked how much money she paid for the food that she bought. I realized America is expensive, very expensive. And those are the main reasons that also push you into doing business. And she's in business, and many people are in business. You know, hustling, doing one thing or the other. And by the way, doing a business doesn't mean you have to do one thing. Some people are doing business and they're also employed full-time or part-time. Yeah? Yeah, so I don't know. What do you think, guys? I really enjoyed this chat with you, yeah? Okay. Yeah, it's just like that. Let me show you around and see what, we'll catch up later. I'm going to go shopping and then I'm going to go home. I'm taking breakfast to the people at home. I'm always the person who wakes up first and has my breakfast, and then by the time these guys are waking up, groggy and sleepy, they're like, oh God, what is there to eat? Okay, guys, we'll chat, yeah? Okay. Enjoy the scenery here, guys. Enjoy it. I tell you, when it's sunny. Yeah, when it's sunny, it's so beautiful, by the way. Let's change the topic a little bit away from business now, because I don't like talking about just one topic. There's a friend of mine who told me that the kinds of videos that I do could be like several videos in one. several video topics in one. I'm like, yeah, I give value for time. If you're gonna watch. So guys, yes, this is Cardiff. I'm always gonna show off Cardiff because I really think it's really underrated. Underrated, underestimated. It's like a quiet place. Very nice. Very nice place to stay. Me, I like staying here, by the way. It's a very, very robust city. Beautiful city. And when it's sunny, it's just like heaven. Honestly, you feel like you don't want to leave this place. But when it's cold, you're crying. You're crying. Yeah, you're crying. But let me enjoy the sun anyway. So we're driving into the Tesco. This is one of the better quality supermarkets. So even if you're buying food cheap in some of the supermarkets, and I won't name them because they might sue me, who knows? You're buying food cheap, think about the quality of food you're actually buying, because much of it is crap. Complete crap. Especially meats. You have to be really careful with meat, chicken, things like that. Because if you buy from the cheapest supermarket, you might end up buying very bad food. Okay guys, I'm back from my shopping. I think I'm heading home now, guys. Okay, I see here. Hey, the way I love you people. You've stood by me for a long time. I know that sometimes in my channel, you'll find that some people are dropping off and coming back and dropping off. That's just fine, no problem. I'm happy, to know at least there's some activity. Something is happening. It's not dead. So anyway, at some point, I'm stuck at 800 and something subscribers, and I'm praying to God that I'm going to get more subscribers and get to at least 1,000. I've been trying for a long time, but I'm not discouraged because, I do YouTube because I enjoy it. I really enjoy it. I'd love to have a lot of subscribers. That's my goal, of course, like everybody else. But I know that everybody's journey is different, and I'm very proud of being me. And I believe that one day this channel is gonna blow. It's gonna blow. Yeah, as I get better, as I start to know what it is that you really want to listen to, as I start to understand things like the YouTube algorithm and things like that. And it's taken me a very long time to understand it, because I just tend to do videos just because I enjoy it. And this kind of discourages a lot of people also from starting YouTube as a business. By the way, do you know that there are many people who are using YouTube as a business? There are many people who are eating YouTube, literally. Yeah? They're eating from YouTube. They're making videos and getting paid. And apart from that, they also get to represent brands and things like that. And that way, they are able to earn a lot of money, doing this work. And I really think that is fabulous. That's just one way of doing business. And if it works for you, good. But for some of us, that is not working for us yet. But for those of us for whom YouTube has not yet become a business or a source of income, we still have to just keep on plodding along, guys. Just keep on plodding along. Plod along. This is the essence of being a business person. That you don't just give up. You don't just look at the situation and think, oh, I'm not doing as well as so and so. Why is it that my channel is not growing? Why is it that my business is not growing? Feeling sorry for yourself, that's never gonna get you nowhere. Or even feeling envious of other people, that's never gonna get you anywhere. Listening to negative energy and feeling the negative vibes of people, that doesn't get you anywhere either. You have to realize that we're all here on a different journey. All of us have different milestones, different goals. Nobody was born on the same day. Well, yeah. So what I'm going to say is that, for you, if you're in YouTube, you're a YouTuber, you're really trying and it's not working yet, don't give up. Just keep on going on, and mostly do it because you enjoy it, not because other people are doing it and there's money in it and whatever. Okay, that's probably one of your goals, and maybe because you're focusing on the money, you're going to make the money. But what I can say is that YouTube is a platform that you can use to communicate to people and change their lives and transform their lives. And apart from that, you can also use it for entertainment. So for me, I like to entertain people. I like to show people around Cardiff. And also, I'm hoping that you're benefiting from my videos really seriously, that you're going to relax. So I try to be positive. I try to be that force of positivity. And I believe that it's making a bit of a difference because there's still some people watching, yeah? All right, guys. So here I am. I'm back home. As usual, we always start with going out and then coming back home. So finally I'm home with these people's breakfast. And it's almost lunchtime now. I'm here with the breakfast, but it's lunchtime. People are starving right now. People are starving. Okay, guys. So talk to you soon, and take care, and much love to you. Bye-bye. Toodles. Toodles. Thank you. Remember to subscribe. Remember to like. Remember to share. Please put a thumbs up on my videos. Remember to put a thumbs up, people, okay? If you love African Queen Mo, if you like Mo on the go, some of you are even my relatives out there. Some of you are my friends. Please remember, when you watch my videos, put a thumbs up. Yeah? Even better, put a comment. Even better. Okay, guys? I love you. Till the next one. Bye-bye. They say a woman's place is in the kitchen, and surely it is, because I am back in the kitchen where it is my place, or actually it's my place of solace. Okay.